behind the line. What's going on, Corey, and what's going on with Spec Ops: The Line?
I'm doing good, thanks a lot. E3's been going good. We're excited. We're here showing Spec Ops: The Line, which is a new third-person military-themed shooter, which takes place in and around the vicinity of Dubai after a series of cataclysmic sandstorms that swept through the region, devastated the city, and literally filled it with sand, providing us all sorts of opportunities for gameplay and also for narrative. So we're telling the story of a squad that goes into Dubai, an elite Delta Force unit, on a rescue mission to find a man named John Conrad who was stationed there before the sandstorms hit. But when they get there, they don't find what they expect. Something very sinister is going on in the streets of Dubai, and we actually thrust the player into situations where he has to make decisions that affect the lives of those characters and those squad mates that he came into Dubai with, and the people that he meets there, the civilians and the other characters that are there. And those decisions that you make, they go with you for the rest of the game, and it's more of a gray area type of scenario. It's not a decision between good and bad, more a decision between your moral preconceptions that you arrived with on the scene and the mission that you've been assigned to accomplish.
So you're saying this is not an ordinary third-person shooter where, like, you know, you kind of have this one storyline to go with, and, like, you know, okay, you either die, you don't die, you screw up, you don't screw up. This has a lot more impact in the overall gameplay value overall.
Definitely, hell yeah. I mean, that's exactly what we're saying. Is that in these decision scenes that I'm talking about that challenge your kind, force you to hold a mirror up to yourself and the way that you feel about these scenarios that are in the game that affect the lives of these important characters that are also impactful to you in the gameplay. You have to make decisions that actually change the plot of this game that, as you go forward. And I think this is something new and unique. And there is not like make a good decision and you live, or make a bad one and it's game over. You got to live with these decisions, and they even change the way the game ends.
It's almost like getting married.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes you should get married and sometimes maybe you shouldn't, you know?
Exactly.
But you gotta live with that shit.
You gotta live with it. Now, speaking of living with things, now when you're playing this game and you're living this experience, I mean, what is it multiplayer at the same time? What are the play mechanics in general of this game?
So, like I said, it's a third-person military-themed shooter, but we also have a number of interesting mechanics that we're using to bring the combat into a very physical and visceral vicinity to the player. So you're going to see the whites of the eyes as you're staring down the barrel of these modern and authentic military weapons. So that's what Spec Ops stands for, you know? It stands for elite forces, high-stakes mission.
Really kicking some ass.
Definitely, really kicking some ass. We got weaponry like an automatic shotgun that shoots explosive rounds that is absolutely devastating, especially when enemies are very, very close to you. And we put this in the hands of the player and let you feel the brutality of these weapons. And maybe you're going to hesitate a little bit when you pull the trigger in the line, because you're going to see exactly what the effect of these weapons are on the battlefield.
So it's almost like you're standing on the battlefield with it. So yeah, if I'm standing on the battlefield and somebody shoots a gun off next to me, whether it's your teammate or somebody else, somebody's going to be hurt.
Definitely. Like, war is extremely dangerous. If there's one thing that I can say about it, I haven't been in one, but that's one thing that I know from talking to people. It's a scary thing, it's a dark thing, and it's very, very, very dangerous. And so we got cover. You're going to feel safe behind cover, but you step outside of cover, and you might get your head blown off or your squad mate's head blown off, depending on how the tactics that you choose to use.
Now, what about like in regards to like playability? I mean, what is it? Is it team based? Is it squad based? Multiplayer, 14, 16, online? Tell me.
Okay, so it is squad based. You get to control this elite Delta Force unit. You can tell them where to go, how to attack, what weaponry to use, a number of interesting contextual commands. Like you can tell them clear out that checkpoint that's got turrets. You can tell them in an interesting way how to do that. So if you want to manage the squad, you can. If not, they're also a Delta Force unit, and we've crafted our AI in a way that allows them to manage themselves too. We've got multiplayer too. We've got a number of team-based and cooperative modes. Obviously, that's hugely important to a military shooter, and these things tie directly into the storyline of the campaign. And so you'll actually be able to see aspects of that you probably were hinted at as you played through the main storyline.
So you're saying even if I play like a campaign mode, that even can affect the story mode later on?
Well, I can't tell you exact details about how that's going to work yet, but we're going to be talking about our multiplayer in depth very, very soon. We got a beta that's coming out here in just a couple of months here during the summer on Xbox Live.
Now, in regards, obviously, we're going to be taking a look at the preview. It's really exciting. How much percentage done would you say this game is, and what stage?
we're still somewhere around our alpha milestone, and so we've got a number of months ahead of us to polish these features. I think now we really know the experience that we want to achieve. The story's locked down, and we're going through heavy focus testing to make sure that this thing is accessible and exciting for players, so that the controls and things like that are very easy to use, but at the same time give you a lot of options and opportunity to interact with the game in a way that you'll enjoy.
Now, in regards to, I guess, a lot of people are excited. We had a lot of questions back at the community here at DOSReviews.com. And in regards to, I guess, a tentative release date, anything?
Yeah, the Spec Ops: The Line is coming out for the Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3, and the PC in 2011.
2011, first quarter, second quarter.
It's not my job to say that. So
I gotta pry.
But
I'll hold the line, though. I'll hold the line.
Hold the line.
See, look at this. Look at this grenade. He's holding the line right here.
And we'll draw one in the sand, too.
Very cool, very cool. All right, Corey, well, we're going to take a look at it. Spec Ops holding the line. We're going to hold it real well. And bottom line is, let's go take a look. Thank you so much, Corey.
Hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks so much.
Thanks a lot, man.
Das ist gut.
Das is good.
Das ist gut.